He was born into crowns and castles, but his legacy would be carved from scandal and sorrow. In the grand halls of British royalty, few figures lived a life as layered, controversial, and ultimately tragic as Prince George, Duke of Kent, a grandson of King Edward VII and great-grandson of Queen Victoria. George was born into a world of luxury and tradition, but his journey would be anything but conventional. Born on December 20th, 1902, at Sandringham, Prince George entered a royal household steeped in formality and expectation. As the fourth son of King George V and Queen Mary, his early years were shaped by duty and discipline. Yet even as a child, George showed signs of being different, bright, charismatic, and unwilling to conform. A reluctant naval officer, not every prince dreams of battleships and uniforms. Some just want to choose their own life. Like his brothers, George was steered toward a military career. At just 13, he was enrolled in the Royal Naval College at Osborne. Though gifted in academics, particularly in languages, he struggled with the rigid structure of naval life. Letters home revealed a boy desperate to break free from expectations and forge his own path. Eventually, he was discharged, and in a break from royal tradition, took a position in the civil service. Yet even there, he felt unfulfilled. He wanted to make a difference. That desire led him to become a factory inspector with the Home Office, where he witnessed firsthand the lives of Britain's working poor. The playboy prince behind the palace walls, George's life read more like a tabloid headline than a royal biography. While his official duties were grounded in service, his private life told another story. Prince George became infamous for his lavish lifestyle, nightclubs, parties, and a string of romantic entanglements with both women and men. His association with actress Gloria Swanson, writer Noel Coward, and even Nazi-sympathizing circles became the talk of high society. Most concerning was his relationship with Kiki Preston, a New York socialite notorious for her drug use. It's believed that she introduced George to heroin and morphine. His brother Edward stepped in, arranging for George to recover at a secluded estate, out of public view but under close watch. A royal romance. Just when it seemed the scandalous prince had found his anchor, fate began to shift once more. Then came Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark. Their meeting in 1933 led to a slow-blooming courtship marked by shared humor, fast cars, and long walks through Green Park. By 1934, they were engaged, and on November 29th, they married in a grand ceremony at Westminster Abbey. The marriage appeared to steady George. With Marina, he became a devoted husband and father of 3. The couple won over the public with their elegance and their charm. But the specter of war soon changed everything. War, duty, and one final mission. He had finally found a purpose beyond privilege, but his greatest act of service would also be his last. As World War II erupted, George rejoined military life, this time as an air commodore in the Royal Air Force. Eager to contribute meaningfully, he accepted a mission to Iceland to inspect RAF bases and explore deeper collaboration with American forces. On August 25, 1942, his aircraft took off from Scotland into heavy fog. Minutes later, it crashed into a hillside, igniting thousands of gallons of aviation fuel. Of the 15 men aboard, only one survived. George became the first British royal to die on active military duty in over 400 years. Conspiracy and silence. When a prince dies in wartime, answers are expected, yet all that followed was a wall of silence. The crash left behind more questions than answers. Why was the plane flying so low? Why did official records vanish? Some claimed George was at the controls. Others speculated the flight was a covert diplomatic mission gone wrong. The investigation was held in private. Families of the victims weren't allowed to attend. No national memorial was ever established, and no royal biography was written. For a man of George's stature, the silence was deafening. A legacy in the shadows. He was born to follow tradition, but spent his life trying to outrun it. Prince George, Duke of Kent, lived a life filled with contradictions, royal duty and personal rebellion, public service and private scandal. He was a prince who longed to be more than just a figurehead. In trying to erase the more controversial chapters of his life, history has done him a disservice. And yet, by burying the truth, the story of Prince George has only grown more intriguing. An unfinished tale of a royal who tried to defy the script fate handed him.